Did you know that one of the world's largest political unions is teetering on the edge of an identity crisis? Or that experts predict that if current trends continue, the European Union could face the most significant test of its existence in just a few short years? From economic turmoil to rising nationalism, what's really happening inside the EU might shock you. The European Union, often celebrated as the epitome of unity, peace, and prosperity in a fractured world. But beneath the surface of its sleek bureaucracy and ambitious ideals lies a more complex and turbulent reality. In this video, we'll explore the controversies, the fractures, and the hopes that shape the EU today. Let's start with the numbers. The EU's economy, while massive, is grappling with uneven recovery post-pandemic. Countries like Germany and France are seeing slowed growth, while nations such as Italy and Greece continue to wrestle with debt. And then there's inflation, a silent monster chipping away at the purchasing power of millions of Europeans. Even the euro, once touted as the ultimate unifier, is under scrutiny. Recent studies suggest that the one-size-fits-all currency might be doing more harm than good for smaller economies within the bloc. Imagine trying to fix a leaky boat while everyone argues over who's holding the bucket. The energy crisis further compounds the economic woes. The EU's dependence on external energy sources has been laid bare by geopolitical tensions, particularly in the wake of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Energy prices have skyrocketed, prompting urgent debates about renewable energy independence. Can the EU's ambitious Green Deal truly deliver? Or is it a lofty goal hampered by harsh realities? Then there's the growing specter of nationalism. In recent years, we've seen countries like Hungary and Poland openly defy EU norms, challenging the Union's very foundation. This isn't just political theater, it's a fundamental clash of values. Democracy versus authoritarianism. Inclusivity versus exclusivity. But here's the kicker. This rise in nationalism isn't confined to a few rogue states. From France's far-right movements to Germany's increasing anti-immigrant sentiment, the cracks are widening. How long can the EU maintain unity when some members seem intent on going their own way? The political schisms extend to policy-making as well. Decision-making in the EU often involves protracted negotiations among member states, resulting in watered-down compromises. Critics argue that this inefficiency is preventing the bloc from taking decisive action on pressing issues like climate change, digital transformation, and security. Brexit might feel like old news, but its impact on the EU is far from over. The UK's departure sent a clear message. Even long-time members aren't immune to the allure of leaving. This has emboldened Eurosceptic voices across the continent, sparking fears of further exits. Could we see a Frexit or an Italy in the future? Moreover, Brexit has revealed the challenges of disentangling from the EU's complex web of laws, agreements, and trade deals. The economic and logistical fallout for both the UK and the EU serves as a cautionary tale, yet it hasn't silenced those advocating for independence in other countries. Immigration remains one of the EU's most contentious issues. While some countries champion open borders and humanitarian aid, others are fortifying their fences. Literally, this divide not only tests the Union's solidarity, but also its identity. Is the EU a beacon of hope for the oppressed, or a fortress protecting its own? The Mediterranean remains a flashpoint, with thousands risking their lives to reach European shores. Yet the EU's response has been inconsistent at best. Some nations advocate for shared responsibility and integration, while others resist any obligation to accommodate migrants. The ongoing debate highlights deep divisions over the balance between compassion and pragmatism. But it's not all doom and gloom. The EU is also a hub of innovation and progress. From ambitious climate policies like the Green Deal to cutting-edge technological initiatives, the Union is striving to adapt to the future. The question is, can these efforts bridge the growing divides, or are they merely band-aids on a deeper wound? One bright spot is the EU's leadership in sustainability. The European Green Deal aims to make Europe the first climate-neutral continent by 2050. Massive investments in renewable energy, sustainable agriculture, and circular economies are underway. If successful, these efforts could position the EU as a global leader in combating climate change. The EU is also embracing digital transformation. Initiatives like the Digital Services Act and Digital Markets Act aim to regulate big tech, protect consumer rights, and foster innovation. While these policies face hurdles, they signal the bloc's commitment to remaining competitive in an increasingly digital world. So, what's really happening in the European Union? It's a tale of triumphs and trials, of unity and discord. The EU stands at a crossroads, and its next steps will shape not only Europe's future, but potentially the world's. What do you think? Is the EU on the verge of a breakthrough, or is it unraveling before our eyes? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into global issues.